As said earlier on, every human being has 4 material bodies and 3 spiritual aspects. So we are looking at the 4th body. Normally, people call it the mind, the mental body. The mind is different from the brain. Nobody sees the mind. But those who have the spiritual eye can see it like a cloud just around the head of the person. The mind is actually the link between the spirit and its material bodies. The mind is actually the link between the spirit and its personality or material bodies. Now, when I mention personality, it is not like as described in psychology. No. This one is basically about the spirit and its encasement in this physical body. The personality refers to the physical body, the vital body, the desire body, because those are the ones that the spirit is using to be aware of the physical realm. That is why we call it the personality. The mind is an area of ideas and thoughts. All our thoughts and all our ideas are coming from the mind. And the mind is different from the brain. The brain is the physical thing we see, the white matter that we see, but not the mind. The mind, unless you have the spiritual eye, you can't see it. But it is where all our ideas and our thinking processes take place. We have the region of concrete thought, and we have the region of abstract thought. So we have in this mind stuff that links us to them. So depending on how you use your mind, you pick from those areas. Now, the mind is broadly divided into 2 parts. The region of concrete thought, where all our thinking processes take place, and the region of abstract thought, where ideas come from. If that is the case, then beyond the mind, we are now entering the realm of the spirit itself. Beyond the mind, we enter the realm of the spirit. Because as we said earlier on, the mind is the link between the spirit and its personality. It is through the mind that the spirit becomes aware of what is happening in the physical world. It is through the mind that we are also aware of the impressions from the spiritual world. So the mind serves as the link. Now, all that we have said about this physical body and the things that we do, we have said that there are the higher aspects from which the physical emanates. That is all that we are saying, that the physical does not by itself does anything until the impressions comes from the higher ones. So the mental body is actually a check on the desire body. The desire body was controlling this physical body. So people do things based on desire, without thinking through what they are going to do. But the mind serves as a check. You don't only have the desire, but you need to subject that desire to thought and see whether indeed it is the right thing to do. Now, before humanity generally received this mind from the higher ones, the desire body was in control of the physical body. When I mention the physical body, that is taken for granted, the vital body too. They are one. So, when the mind was given, the desire body, in a sense, being the master of the physical body before the introduction of the mind, captured it and aligned itself with the body so much that the spirit cannot function with the higher desires. The desire body believed in the lower desires. It tries better with the lower desires which we have looked at. But the intention is to use the mind to serve as a check on the desire body so that it doesn't dwell so much on the lower desires, but move on to higher desires. It is when the mind works with the higher desires that the spirit will be able to do what it is required to do. So actually this struggle between the desire body, the lower desires, And the higher ones is what Paul described in Romans 7, verse 15 to 20. The things that he wanted to do, he couldn't do. The ones that he didn't want to do were the ones he was doing. Indeed, the lower desires were there before the higher ones. Humanity is supposed to transmute, to move away from the use of the lower desires to the higher ones. So, the mind, when it came, was supposed to be the instrument by which humanity would dwell on the higher desires, which serve the purpose of the spirit. The spirit fits more on the higher desires. The spirit matures more with the higher desires rather than the low desires. Now, there is always that struggle in everybody. How to transmute, how to change from the lower desires to the higher desires. It is not a day's work. It is progressive. But we need to keep reminding ourselves every time that there are the higher desires that we need to pursue, because they are the ones that are in tandem with the spirit. It is by them that the spirit can grow, and we can have this voluntary perception as we showed earlier on. By way of notes, I want to repeat. The spirit is none of its bodies. Let nobody take the bodies, the aspects that the spirit is using as the spirit itself. No. The spirit is not the physical body. It is not the vital body. It is not the desire body. It is also not the mind. The spirit only uses those things in order to mature and become perfect.